All right, guys, we're here with Cory. He got second place last week at the EZ charity tournament. What deck were you on?
I was playing Yubel.
Okay, all right. Do you want do you have any shout outs first?
Yeah, I want to start with my wife, who donates a lot of our time together for me to do testing and theory and playing and travel and all that stuff. Obviously, Akante for offering up the shop, a space for us to come do all of our stuff at. For the boys on the Team Sleepy Time, Arturo, Cayman, Mitchell, Ira, everybody. Easy for hosting the tournament, and also C-Dubs for offering up some sleeves and some other stuff for prizing, and Trinity for putting the whole tournament together and also sourcing out all of the prizing for the top cut.
All right. Well, how about you show us what you played?
Yep. So, pretty standard for the Yubel stuff. 3 of the Samsara D Lotus. It's your standard starter. 3 of the Spirit, probably the most important card. Obviously, it's setting your Nightmare Pain, getting that on the field and in rotation, and also letting you continuously float into more and more bodies every time you're moving them off the board. I'm playing 3 of the Grave Squirmer. Some people are playing 2. I don't think that's necessarily wrong, but this is probably one of the best extenders that you've got in the deck, and I'm big on just being able to continue playing the game no matter what. The deck can be a little bit bricky sometimes. Post-Terminal Revenge, it gets a little bit better, but still, you will draw hands sometimes that just don't get you there, and this can help give you something.
Okay.
I'm playing 3 of the Dark Beckoning Beast. Right now, before info, this is your best starter that is not an actual Yubel card. You don't really want to see Gates right now, but this one will search you Gates, and then Gates will search you another one, and then it also gives you the extra normal summon, so you automatically get a link too as long as you don't get these negated. We're playing 1 regular Yubel and 1 Terra Incarnate. I am probably going to move this to 2. This card is really rough when you lose access to this. Playing Snake Eye and having this get set to your back row is tough, right? Because when you lose access to him, your throne doesn't work, right? When this gets removed, throne can set this, or obviously when you destroy your own spirit or your spirit gets destroyed by something else, spirit can set this. But if this gets moved out of your rotation, it gets banished face down by Fenrir or anything like that, all of a sudden now none of your Yubels float anymore. So having a second one of this I think is important, and now drawing it is not nearly as bad, because with Phantom, you literally drawing it just means that you get to put it back and give yourself a monster negate right from turn 1. We play the 1 of Unchained monster. Basically, you search this off of Yama, goes to the grave, sets you the trap so you can recur the extra deck monster. It's also a pop, which becomes extension in this deck. Hand traps, we played 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, and 3 Nib. Pretty standard. I think Nib's pretty good in the format right now. The 3 Nib could be 3 of any other hand trap. I know where we were playing, we see a lot of more rogue decks and a lot less of like the Snake Eye stuff. So this was just kind of a meta call. I think if we were going to go play a regional or something like this, I think maybe the Nibs go to the side, and in would come maybe Mourners or something else that maybe hit, maybe Ogres or something like that, to hit something a little bit more meta. Spells, you play the Terraforming and the 3 Throne. This is probably the most important card to see in the deck. It's not searchable in any way, but it's the card that's you've got to have. You need
it's 4th copy of Throne.
Yeah, you need to see it. So I'm been trying to work on a way to play set rotation, similar to what 10 does, just so that you can get a 5th copy, but I can't think of another field spell that's not just a total brick in your hand. Playing 2 Nightmare Pain.
Just 2?
Yep, just 2. Drawing this is okay, but it only does things if you're also opening other stuff. It only works as a 2-card combo. You definitely don't really want to see 2 of them in your hand. It's searchable. I don't really see the need to be playing 3. I've never wanted the 3rd copy. There was never a time where I was like, damn, I wish I had 3 pains. Even when I lose one, this card here is probably the reason why you can get away with playing 3. Is I'm playing 3 Spirit Gates, which is, it's not the best starter, but it is a starter. It gets you somewhere, but also it has the ability where when you have a level 10 on board, you can go back into the grave and grab a continuous spell and add it back to your hand. So if you lose your pain, it gets popped or something like that, this card can grab it back for you. Spirit Gates is not a 1-card starter. It requires some other stuff for you to do things, but it can get you there. It is a 2-card starter, and it can build you a little board, but the ability to just be a 2-card starter to do stuff, it is great. And then post info, it probably becomes better than Beckoning Beast because you play the Chaos, and you can just, this card basically gets you full Fiendsmith combo by itself. So I will probably just stay on 3 of these the whole time, all the way through. And then we play 2 talents. I would play 3, but I don't want to go over 40 just because I want to make sure I'm seeing Thrones. It was these or Prosperities, but I really don't want to lose access to cards in the extra deck, so I'm just playing the 2 talents. If I get interrupted, anything like that. If I have combo, it's really nice to go into their hand, rip that second hand trap. If I don't have combo, it's been really nice to go and draw 2 and be able to keep trying to play that way. 1 for 1, pretty self-explanatory, just an extra line to sort of get stuff done. The 3 Imperm, right, the other 3 copies of probably the best hand trap in the game.
Right.
And then the 1 Abominable. I don't play Escape. I like being able to go into the Link 2 Unchained card, link it away as part of the combo, and then be able to set this and bring it back somewhere during my opponent's turn, and then link it off and play around the Dark Ruler.
And that was a clean 40, right?
That's clean 40. I don't want to go over because I want to see the Nightmare Throne. For the extra deck, we are on 3 Phantom. A lot of people will say you only need 2. You can play 2. Only bad players play 3. Whatever. If you are on 3, that means that one of these is expendable and you can use it to combo with. So a lot of people watched me make one of these, start comboing, and then I need an extra body, and then I will just make a second one and then just use it as combo fodder as a second body, and still have one here that I can use as protection on my turn, use it as a negate on their turn, and then it'll come back to me on turn 3, and I can make a 3rd one and still have my protection and not have to worry about, did I screw myself by using my Phantom to combo up through? I just don't even have to worry about it. The Omni Negate, crazy card. You've got to play it, right? If you're not, you're just don't even play the deck. The time card, right? A lot of people have cut it. Extra really tight. I didn't want to. I think you should at least play it inside until you get to info. Fiendsmith will have time cards built in, but I won 2 or 3 games just off this card alone over the weekend. Just having access to it is, I think, mandatory. The Unchained stuff, the Yama, Soul of Rage, and Soul of Anguish, pretty self-explanatory. It's been in Yubel for a long time. You go up into it, you get access to the little Unchained package that you play, but it goes a long way. The 1 All Mirage, you get interrupted on your normal summon, anything like that. This All Mirage just helps you keep playing. You send stuff to the grave, you use gates, you start bringing stuff back. It just helps you extend through hand traps. Play the 1 SP. Usually that's what your Soul of Rage will float into. 1 Muckracker. In the build that I'm playing, the Muckracker usually is just extension to help you play through. In other versions, it's a necessary part of the combo. And the link 4s is the Appaloosa and the access code. Obviously, this is the turn 1 play for protection if you get the big full board non-interruption, and then the OTK line.
Okay.
And then the last 2 is I play the Princess and the Doolittle. This is for trying to play around the board breakers. So you'll end on, you'll basically go up, you'll have Shavara, you'll make the Princess. Princess will bring back the Shavara. And then you will use the Princess and the Shavara to make the Doolittle. And then on your opponent's turn, you will Princess, target the Doolittle, target one of your opponent's monsters, pop the Doolittle, summon the Princess back. Doolittle's effect will trigger in the grave, add the Sharvara back to your hand, and then you will quick effect Sharvara, pop the Princess to get it off your board, summon the Sharvara. That gets you out of the fire lock, gets your Princess on board, but you've removed your opponent's monster. I don't know if this is going to stay in. It kind of depends on the meta and how things are going, right? If I feel like I need to be playing around a lot of board breakers, then this will probably come in, and if not, it probably won't. It is scary if I think Bell's in the format for Doolittle to get Belled, and then I'm stuck in a firelock, and my Shavara's in the grave.
Yeah.
So, to the side, I was playing 3 Lancia. It never came up, but I wanted to do the funny OTK to the Ritual Beast deck, where they try and shifter you or do anything, and you just drop Lancia and say, haha, I've got my own OTK. I played 3 Bestials. These did come up, but very rarely. I just didn't draw into them like I felt like I needed to. They were okay. They'll probably stay in here and there. Post info, they might turn into Bells, I'm not sure. Played the 2 Lightning Storms and the Feather Duster. Back row removal I think's big for this deck. I don't want to let stuff kind of linger around in the back and get flooded out. 3 Droplets. This is the card that I hate having to play, but I have to play because Branded exists, and I don't want to get the stupid puppet on the board. That's also what the Bestials are for. Mostly is just trying to avoid getting locked out of playing the game. If Sanctifier gets banned, Droplets probably change to something else. And then just 3 Evenlies. I don't remember if I drew that card or not, or if I did. I think I had other stuff and never ended up needing to use it. I don't quite remember, but obviously it's a good card. It'll probably stay in. I think it's good in the format right now. But yep, that is pretty much the list.
Okay. Do you want to tell us about your matchups? Like, what all did you have to play that day?
Yeah. I played Trap Tricks, and then in the first round I played Snake Eye in the second. In the third round, I don't remember what I played in the third round. Fourth round, I played Witchcrafters, which was honestly rough. I don't know what that deck does. I don't think anybody knows what that deck does except for that guy. But he set like left arm, right arm, and you just like stare at him. You can't do anything. You lose your first spell, your first trap. Oh, I did draw evenly, and then I couldn't use it because he had those cards.
Nice.
Managed to just barely by the skin of my teeth pull that one out, and then fifth round played Shadal's, and then in top cut I ended up playing Tyr, and then played the Snake Eye player again in the finals, with the only losses being the Snake Eye player twice.
Okay. Do you want to show us any of your prizing that you got that day?
Yeah, so I actually got these sleeves, which I think were donated by C-Dubs for second place, and then I actually got this mat, which I think was given out to the second place prizing, which is Magician there, and then Blue Eyes there.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so pretty nice. It was a good day. I think we took three out of the 4 top spots or something,
Yeah.
something like that. So it was a good showing.
So post info, you think you'll still be on Yubel, play the Yubel Fiendsmith, or maybe something
Yeah,
else?
I mean, most likely. I usually don't like to play if Yubel Fiendsmith is the far and away best deck in the format. I might not be playing it. I don't like playing the absolute best deck in the format because it gets targeted, and then it gets games 2 and 3 just get ridiculously hard because you're playing into targeted sides. But if there's a few like evenly matched stuff and Yubel's up there, probably. If not, I'm not sure yet. But right now, that is the plan until we see some sort of ban list, something like that.
All right. Well, that was Cory with his Yubel Deck. We'll see you next time.
All right. See ya.